Hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan, and today I'm taking a look at a new contender for the worst LEGO Marvel set, that being the Hoopty, based on the upcoming film, The Marvels. Now, the Hoopty includes 420 pieces and retails for around $90 US. And if that price seems a little absurd to you, you're not wrong. Many people consider this set to be one of the most overpriced Marvel sets ever made. But could there really be $90 worth of value buried deep in this set? Well, only one way to find out. Let's take a look at the build quality first. Now, there's only one build included in the Hoopty, that being the Hoopty itself. There are no side ships or landscapes included, and the appearance of the ship has a rather unique industrial vibe to it. If the Avengers ships are closer to military vehicles, the Guardians ships are closer to hot rod, sport car, Pimp My Ride-esque vehicles, the Eternals Domo is clearly closer to a after 9 p.m. History Channel ancient alien vehicle, the Hoopty has the vibe of kind of a futuristic corporate truck, like what a pizza delivery van might look like in space. The gray isn't as reflective as the box art suggests, but the curves and rounded edges look as good in person as they are advertised. The two front cheeks and the rounded back are very well handled and shaped wonderfully. The back curve especially gives off a Star Trek Enterprise vibe, which I think was intentional. The color palette of light bluish gray, sand blue, translucent orange, and dark red work well, but doesn't have much of a unique flair. Then again, really only the Guardians of the Galaxy ships have any impact due to the fun colors. And the movie Hoopty does appear to have a muted color palette as well, so you really can't blame LEGO for that, but you can blame LEGO for picking the Hoopty for the set to make for the Marvels. The back of the ship is where some of the build problems arise, with the two back thrusters having way too much wiggle room in my opinion, and the one plate thick wings feel cheap. Peek under the hull of the ship and you'll find even more strange choices. Take the bare T-shaped support structure, which feels like it's lacking some inverted slopes to line the underside. Or how about the bottomless cockpit, which legitimately feels like a mistake rather than an aesthetic choice. A set priced this highly really shouldn't have as many unfinished elements, but then again, with only 420 pieces, you really can't get that many complex shapes, have it be that full. So maybe the interior is where all that effort went. The inside of the ship is divided into three main sections: the cockpit, the den, and the bedroom. The cockpit in the front has some nice stickers to showcase the controls of the Hoopty, and thankfully there are spots for all three figures. While simple, the design does borrow from other similarly priced ships, so I can't really knock it for that. The middle section gives off the illusion of being full of life and detail, but in reality, it's just clutter on shelves. None of the micro builds really serve any purpose, 3 of them just being stacks of leaves. Nothing is hung on the walls, and nothing really provides any insight into character. Like, yeah, there's a record, but saying a character likes music isn't really a lot. It's not like Star-Lord, who likes music and incorporates it into his life. It's just a record for saying, hey, this person's cool, they also like music too. The back bed is just that, nothing extra, and I'm pretty sure LEGO has been using this exact minimalist build since the old trains in the 1990s. So the exterior of the ship is kind of mid, the interior is a bit of a letdown, but how about the play features? Maybe those will elevate the Hoopty to being worth $90. With this set, you can remove the top and fire off 2 stud shooters. That's it. In fact, the marketing photos show just how unremarkable this set is once it's built. You can fly the ship around just like any other LEGO ship. You can put figures inside of the ship like most LEGO Marvel ships. And this wouldn't be a problem if either A, the exterior was bigger and more complete looking, B, the interior posed more unique display opportunities, or C, the set was cheaper. So far, the Hoopty really hasn't lived up to its price tag. Every element from the build to the play features have been kind of mid to bad. But we all know one of the key factors in a set's price is the minifigures, and we do have 3 exclusive figures here. But look a little closer and you'll find that each of these 3 figures might not be as special as LEGO wants you to think they are. We'll start off with Captain Marvel, who has the same face as other Carol Danvers minifigures, sports a generic hairpiece, has a new torso print, no arm print, and blank legs. And while this new torso does look good, it's rather indistinguishable from other Captain Marvel figures. You put all these torsos side by side, mix them up into a bag, and I'm not sure I'd be totally able to piece together which torso goes to which Captain Marvel figure. That's also kind of a critique of superhero costume changes from film A to film B in general, but it has been done much better. Like, take Thor, for example, or Captain America. Their change of costume from each film is so radically different that it, well, merits a minifigure, first of all, and merits a whole new design for a minifigure. Whereas this Captain Marvel just kind of feels like any old Captain Marvel minifigure, not one from the Marvels. I think giving her short sleeves would have definitely helped in this regard. But how about figure number 2, Monica Rambeau? While the face is different from the CMF figure, it is not an exclusive face. It actually comes from Izzy Hawthorne from the Lightyear movie. The hair, however, is the same as the CMF figure, and I'm okay with this, as this hairpiece was created for this character, so I'm okay with them reusing it. The torso is a revised print from the previous edition, but there's no arm printing on this one. And again, blank legs. I think LEGO made a smart choice giving this Monica a different face from the previous one, otherwise it would have looked way too similar. And honestly, it's kind of funny they used the face of a Lightyear figure, as those sets probably didn't sell all that well, so there may have been a backstock of those heads in storage just waiting to be used. The torso I think does look nice, but again, it's so minorly different from the previous iteration that isn't really worth the upgrade, especially if you're going to kind of downgrade it and remove the arm printing. And again, blank legs, which is kind of becoming the standard for Marvel retail figures, which that's pretty disappointing. But how about the third figure in this set, Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel? While the face print looks exclusive, it's actually a repeat from this table football player from another LEGO set that didn't sell all that well. The hairpiece is a reused one that's not that common, so it looks fine here. But the main star of this figure is the torso and leg design. These look fantastic, and they're a great representation of Miss Marvel's costume from the movie. I am kind of bummed we didn't get her more homemade costume from her show, but the movie costume does look really nice here. I only have one real complaint, and that's the legs. I wish this figure used the mid-sized legs to highlight that Kamala is a kid. So far, only America Chavez utilized the height difference to showcase the younger age of a character with Doctor Strange, and I wish more of the younger Avengers used these mid-sized legs. But how about the Flerkins included in this set? Well, they're just cats. There's nothing to signify that this is Goose the character, other than the box telling me so. Heck, this cat is the same as the kitty featured in the Detective's Office modular. Even something as simple as a printed collar piece would have gone well above and beyond, making this cat officially Goose and not just a cat. And the kittens, they're cute and all, but was this really the right set to showcase them? I don't think so. So let's recap. The build, fine. The interior, a letdown. The play features, hardly any. The minifigures, only one of them is actually good. So why does this set cost $90? Where is the value of this set? Now you might say, well, maybe it's just Marvel inflation. Let's take a look at what $90 can get you on LEGO.com. For the same price, you can get Black Panther War on the Water, 545 pieces, and 5 figures, 2 of which are exclusive to that set. And honestly, people thought that set was overpriced, so paying the same amount for less? That's just a crazy thought. Or how about the Iron Man Armory, which is on sale now, but it used to cost the same as the Hoopty, 496 pieces, and 6 figures, a couple which are reused, but most of them are exclusive to that set. The Armory had a pretty unremarkable build, but the figures were really well done, and a lot of them had leg printing, mind you. Or how about the Goat Boat? For $60, $30 less than the Hoopty. You get a pretty incredible build with this Viking ship and 5 figures, most of which are wonderfully handled. The sets I just listed prove that the Hoopty is overpriced, but take a look in the other direction. What happens when you add an extra $10 to the budget? For an extra $10, you can get the new Guardian ship, 1,108 pieces and 5 minifigures, all of which look really good. Or how about the Avengers Quinjet, 795 pieces with 5 figures, some of which are exclusive to that set and look incredible. Or for an extra $20, you can get the Spider-Man Final Battle, 900 pieces and 9 minifigures, only 2 of which are repeats. So the Hoopty, with its 420 pieces at $90 and 3 figures, it just makes no sense. It is incredibly overpriced, not just by an opinion's sake, but relative to other Marvel sets, and that is what I think makes people the most upset. It's not that all of Marvel's overpriced, I mean, it kind of is, but this set in particular is way overpriced, kind of ludicrously so. And this is from a fan base that's about to get a $500 Avengers Tower set. So we're okay with paying a little bit extra for the Marvel brand. But this just makes no sense. And I'd be okay with this set if at least one element was really spectacular, if the build was phenomenal, if the interior looked incredible, if the play features were mind-blowing, if the figures were a collector's dream, if the Flerkins were just more than cats. But none of them go above average, if that. So, is the Hoopty the worst Marvel set ever made? It very well may be. There are plenty of Marvel sets that are bad, but at least they're not overly expensive and also bad. I mean, yeah, the UCS Hulkbuster was definitely mocked for its price and poor build quality, but even that had some sort of display value. This one, I really can't put this on a shelf or next to my other Marvel ships because it pales in comparison look-wise. So, I think, yeah, the Hoopty is certainly one of the worst Marvel sets ever made, and I do hope LEGO learns from this set. So let's be positive here. What are the takeaways? What could we learn from this? I think if you're going to have a set this expensive, you need to at least have one element be spectacular. Whether it be the exterior, the interior, the figures, the play features, something that screams, this is where we put our effort in. Because otherwise, if each element of this set can be mocked, or fall short of expectations, and there's no redeeming quality to the set at all, it's going to be called the worst, and this set's going to end up on clearance faster than you can say the Marvels. Now, I bought this set because I collect Marvel minifigures, and if I were to buy the figures only through Bricklink, it would have cost more than the retail value of the set. Again, another problem with overpriced sets is you get overpriced figures on Bricklink or eBay. But if you are on the fence of buying the set or not, personally, I'd recommend not buying it. I'd recommend saving your money until it's either on sale or you can buy just the part you want to buy on a secondary site, whether it be the ship or the figures. But that's all my opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think the Hoopty is the worst Marvel set ever made? And as always, if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.